Listen, the burnout is real. You're going to have those difficult moments. You're going to have those difficult times. You're going to feel like a failure. You're going to feel like you're just getting rejected over and over. Or you're going to feel like you're succeeding and there's just like not quite anything that's giving you the fulfillment that you hope you would have been having right now at this level of your life or of your career. In this episode, my friend Chris Prangley is going to talk to you about exactly that. You're making a lot of money. How do you ensure that you're continuing to break through your burnouts and have a purpose, something that's driving you to succeed? You're going to love this episode. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist Podcast. I'm your host, Donald C. Kelly, the Sales Evangelist. And I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And on this episode, what I'm going to talk to you about is something really, really, really amazing. Actually, I'm not even going to talk to you about it. My friend Chris Prangley is going to talk to you about it. Chris is also the author of an amazing book that you should be checking out. It's a tech sales warrior. And Chris has spent a lot of his career working in the tech sales arena, working with amazing companies from BDR all the way up now to a team lead, VP of sales, running an organization, a sales team. So he's seen it, he's done it, and you get those moments where you're succeeding and you're doing well and you're feeling like, I need something else. And even if it wasn't in sales, you probably had the same feeling. Maybe it was in sports or some kind of major accomplishment where you got to the top and you're like, what's next? What are some examples you've seen that's helped propel a seller to continue, if I'm making sense there?
So making X dollars, that's a great goal, right? Making X dollars, I want to buy this, I want to save this. These are great goals. These are not whys. Why should be something deeper. It should be connected to who you are as a person, your talent as a person, and what that impact is in the greater world, whether that's with your immediate family, your friends, or your community. Think of a why like maybe a general thing. I am here to ensure that other people are successful. It's pretty general. We can get very, very deep in that, but see how it's more outward focused, and it's also, and maybe a second part of this is by leveraging my skills of sales to decipher the value that a firm needs to reach new levels, right? Something like that. The intersection of what your why is with your company's mission is where you go like a rocket, right? Where you know what your personal journey is. And the book talks about this. There's a couple examples in there where you can do some journaling and personal reflection to better understand this. But first, focus on you. Yeah, we can talk about the company in a second. The company, when you see a company where you align with what they do and solve in the world and their mission, and you put your why with their mission, that's where you're going to a whole new level. Because you're going to face rejection. We all know this. And if you're not facing rejection, I've heard this before too, you're not making enough prospecting, cold calls or emails or whatever it may be. Call it cold, call it warm, I don't care. But you're not reaching out enough, right? Rejection's part of the game, and we just have to get used to it. And when you have these two things that are intertwined, rejection's nothing. Because you know the value you're delivering. You know what you're trying to bring to people, and it becomes a power that propels you to attack each day. Nothing's too big of a mountain to climb when you have these things. So I would say if you're looking for your why, start with journaling about, first off, your traits, your values. Like, what do you care about? What sets you on fire? Like what's unique to you? And then continue to explore that and see how that can align to what you're doing today.
You listed out some stuff, but maybe you can get maybe just like tactical, like some more, like, maybe 5 of your top items that you feel sellers can do because you've seen them do it to help them to get recharge and to handle those burnouts.
This is a great point, and if you don't know this for yourself today, it's something I would definitely start examining. Spend 15, 20 minutes alone thinking about ways that empower you to take on a new day and maybe take on a new year. Some of the tactics that have helped me over the years. So for one of the big things that I love doing each year is getting out of the country at least once a year. I love going to new cultures, new foods, new languages, getting out of my own normal and learning from someone else and being in their world, right? It takes you out of yourself, which often in this society we're pointing back at ourselves, right? And that's where a lot of the stress comes from. That's helped me a lot. It recharges me. It sets me up and fires me up to take on a new year. The power of a massage for me, oh my gosh. I should be doing them every week, but I try to get one in at least once a month, which is not enough. The fact that a lot of us will sit at a desk all the time, a lot of stress can be in the shoulders and neck, just sitting here all day, or, in your legs from just sitting there. So that I found to be very powerful. And then for me, and by the way, you mentioned entrepreneurs earlier, Donald. I was obsessed in my late teens and early 20s with learning what the most successful business people do day in, day out. And it's almost 99% of them work out early in the morning. Yeah. So I would recommend, and that could be a brisk walk. For some people that may be CrossFit. For some people that may be lifting a couple weights. Find what works for you, right? Yoga, whatever it may be. I've found that the days that I do that and wake up early are my best days. I have more energy. I'm more awake. I start the day fresh. I go into my first meeting let's go, as opposed to, hey, let me sleep in this day. And I roll up and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be in this meeting, So there's something that happens there with maybe endorphins, or I don't know the chemicals behind it, but that I found to be very helpful. And then it's kind of in the same, but journal or prayer, and or at the end of a day, just being thankful. Very simple. Try this experiment. I guarantee it. Try it. At the end of each day, do this for, let's say, 2 weeks. Say 3 things today that you're thankful for. Could be the most simple thing. Maybe something about your company, maybe something personally, maybe something within the family or friends. Maybe it's just hey, you saw a beautiful sunset. Thanks for that amazing sunset, right? Try that. I noticed when I started doing that, I would wake up more well-rested, happier, excited to take on the day. I don't know why, but I think there's a power in thankfulness, or gratitude.
Chris, man, thank you. If folks want to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
LinkedIn's great. LinkedIn's great. You'll see me on there selling too, guys.
Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it, Chris. That was Chris Prangley. If you haven't done so already, check out his book. We have a link in the show notes, as well as connect with Chris on LinkedIn. Tell him that you heard him on the Sales Evangelist podcast. Let him know that Donald C. Kelly speak highly of him. And I hope that you took one of these things that you can apply. I want you to go ahead and hit me up on LinkedIn as well, Donald C. Kelly, and just let me know, Donald, I'm going to try that massage thing, or I'm going to focus on my why, or I'm going to, take a break, or, do a workout in the morning. What are you going to do to help yourself in those moments so you can continue to thrive and succeed and don't get to that point where you have that burnout? I'd love to hear about it. Again, tell me all that information in the show notes. I'm really excited to hear from you. As always, I share stuff like this because I want you to find more of your ideal customers. I want you to know what to say when you reach out to them. I want you to close more deals. I want you to take advantage of our sponsors as well, because they're giving out some amazing things that you can utilize so that you can be better at your game. All this is for you.